Hey guys, we're back. This time we're going to be taking a look at Frag from Steve Jackson Games. This is the original version. I did a video on the gold edition, but people asked about the original. This was printed back in 2001. And we played this a ton when it first came out. A friend of mine had a copy, and been trying to get my hands on one for the longest time. Finally got the gold edition. I got a nice package deal of this and all the expansions, so I can add the expansions to my gold edition, but figured I'd do a video on this one separate just so you could see what was in the original box. So inside the box here, I've got everything separated into bags because it was kind of messy when I got it, but you have everything that's in the gold edition is in here. Just they made it a little bit better components, like these. These were your original player tokens. They're literally just a folded piece of cardboard. They did have a little bit more personality because each one of them is unique. But they replaced those with plastic models in the new edition. But yeah, the plastic models are nicer. I just wish that they were different like these. But you have 6 of those, one for each of the players. Have our bag of tokens. Bags always crinkle really loud on the camera, sorry. But it has your blood counters in there, and then your number tokens. Whenever somebody drops a weapon, you tag the weapon with one of these and the square on the board with one of these. So you can keep track of what's where. Have our weapon deck. And this has all the different weapons you're going to pick up throughout the course of the game. And I think they're in order because I was counting them to make sure they're all there. But quite a bit of variety in the weapons. In the back, I think there's a couple. Actually, they're in alphabetical order. I think reverse alphabetical order. But there's like a missile launcher in here. There's a couple that are one-offs. And should be right there. Yeah, missile launcher. Neat variety in there, and the expansions add on to that. Then we have our special cards, and these ones are power-ups that basically allow you to break rules or change the game in some way to kind of cheat to get an advantage over your opponents. Then we have our gadget cards. And gadget cards range from power-up type things that allow you to do cool new abilities, move faster, walk through walls, up to medipacks to heal yourself, and armor, and other things, extra ammo for your weapons. And they're basically just to enhance either your stats or your abilities in combination with your weapons, so you can kill people. Next we have our rules flyout with the great slogan, "If it moves, shoot it." And this explains the rules of the game, how the cards work, and so on. There's some special rules for different squares on the board, like there's acid squares, there's walls that block terrain, there's different types of doors. And on the back they have some clarifications on what things mean, how people drop their weapons when they die. And then they have the player sheet here, which tells you how to design your own character, which is one of the cool aspects of Frag. You get to spend your points to customize your character. And then they have a tournament system where you can keep track of your various games, and you get bonuses at the end of each round to add to your other stats. And in the newer version, these are actually boards that have dry erase markers. In this, you basically either just made a photocopy of this, or you just kept track on paper. And then we have the map. And the map, and this was a big poster fold out. If you're familiar with like HeroClix, it's similar to what they use. Folds out, I think, into a 2x3 or just under that, because I think the squares are just under a 1-foot square. I think they did make the boards slightly bigger in the new one, I want to say. Because it seems slightly smaller in this. But then again, it's only folds, this folds 3, that folds 2. That's what the difference is. But it's the exact same board that's in the gold edition. It is double-sided. There's a map on each side. One side has a fairly open arena. I can't even get the whole thing on screen. Has a fairly open arena with some rooms with your weapons. And the other side is a more traditional arena style with walls and blocking terrain, rooms with the various doors to go in and out. And funny enough, that's actually it for what's in the box. The really big complaint everybody had about this old version of the game is that it does not, in fact, come with the dice required to play the game. And there's even a thing in the rules, I believe, where it says, this box includes, and it goes through the stuff at the bottom, you will need to supply a huge quantity of 6-sided dice and some sort of writing implement. So, there's a big complaint that it didn't come with the dice required to play, but it uses standard D6, and pretty much any gamer has a pile of them laying around. And it was just awkward to buy a game in a box. You get the box home, you open it up to play, and you're missing the dice you need to play. Overall, though, Frag was a really fun game. Still is. The Gold Edition, like I said, has replaced this. If you want to know a little bit more about it, I think I went into a little bit more detail in that video. I just wanted to show off the original game, and so you can see a difference of how much it's come between its original printing and the Gold Edition. The Gold Edition is better in pretty much every way. It also has a bigger box. This tiny box barely fits this stuff. The larger box of the Gold Edition allows you to fit in all the expansions and everything. There's the Gold Edition there. And mine even has all of the expansions in it. And dice. And wooden barrels. Dry erase markers for the boards. Everything you need in one box. Much more convenient than that tiny little thing. But anyway, that's a quick look at Frag from Steve Jackson Games. Like I said, the original printing. This one's harder to come by, and I might be either selling this one or giving this one away. Like I said, I got it because it came with all the expansions, and they were what I was really after. I have no need for 2 copies of this since I have the gold. I may keep it around just to have it on my shelf for nostalgia's sake, but if somebody's interested in it, let me know out there, and I might be willing to part with this one. But it is a great game. It's a blast to play if you have a large group of people, and if you're into arena combat, PvP type things, definitely check it out. It is a direct PvP, so keep that in mind. You're going head-to-head against other players, and they do have a co-op mode where you can play in teams, but the majority of the game is just head-to-head combat. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for our look at Frag. I hope it was entertaining and gave you a look at what the game originally looked like. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.